Huawei devices have become some of the most desired tech over the past few years. Starting out as a relative underdog of the smartphone industry, they've quickly become a global tech heavyweight, dominating the market in terms of photo capabilities. In this video we are going to talk about surprising facts about Huawei. If you are interested, stay tuned into the video, you will definitely find some value. Let's take a look at some of the most interesting facts about Huawei. Number 7. Ren Zhengfei was 42 when he founded Huawei. In the middle of a midlife crisis? Who knows, you could find what will go on to be one of the largest companies in the world. That's what Ren Zhengfei did, anyway. Before founding the company, Zhengfei was in the People's Liberation Army, serving as a military technologist. While he didn't hold military rank, he was eventually chosen to be a delegate. Now, at age 71, Zhengfei is still president of the company, and is the 556th richest person in China, according to Hurun report. Number 6. The word, Huawei, roughly translates to Chinese achievement. The first character of Huawei's name in Chinese derived from the Chinese word for flower, but now often refers to China, or Chinese. The second character means achievement, or action. Combined, the two characters literally mean Chinese achievement. Number 5. Huawei is the largest telecommunications equipment manufacturer in the world. That's right. Huawei may not have been on your radar as a smartphone company until recently, but it turns out the company is the largest telecommunications equipment maker in the world, having overtaken the likes of Ericsson back in 2012. Of course, that's not just due to its smartphone business. The company also makes equipment for corporations, telecommunication companies, and so on. Are you still watching my video? If so, you will definitely enjoy my other videos. If you are interested in exploring new and different things, subscribe to my channel right now. I upload these types of videos regularly on my channel. Now let's move on towards the topic. Number 4. Huawei was first created to produce telephone exchange switches in the 1980s. Again, Huawei may not have surfaced in the Western world until recently, but the company has been around for a long time, since the 1980s, in fact. Huawei first started in 1987 in Shenzhen, China. At the time, China and the People's Liberation Army were relying on telecom equipment from outside manufacturers. Ren wanted to focus on local research and development to build telephone exchange switches because, as he said, switching equipment technology was related to international security. Number 3. Huawei has partnered with approximately 80% of the world's top telecommunications companies. Some of the major companies Huawei has worked with include the likes of Vodafone, Motorola, T-Mobile, and so on. Beyond simply making its own smartphones, Huawei is known as a partner for other companies too, showing just how influential in the industry the company is. Huawei has also sponsored a number of major events and sports teams. Number 2. Huawei invested over $1 million in a university in Canada. The company has invested $1.4 million in Carleton University in Canada. Why? The goal was to establish a research lab dedicated largely to the development of cloud computing services and technology. Of course, in the end this could greatly benefit the company, but it's still a nice thing to see. In fact, Huawei has donated money to a number of services in the name of education. The company has also sponsored MIT Communications Futures Program, which studies the future of the telecommunications industry as a whole. Number 1. Huawei is a largely employee-owned company. Huawei is an employee-owned company, which is something it uses as a way to distance itself from claims that it's under government control. What that basically means is that employees own stock in the company, with around 64% of employees participating in the employee ownership scheme. These employees own virtual restricted shares, or shares that are not tradable, and are awarded based on performance. When an employee leaves the company, those shares are reverted back to Huawei, and the employees are compensated for their holding. It's important to note that just because employees generally own Huawei doesn't mean they control it. Huawei is still controlled and managed by a subset of management, and Ren actually has the power to veto any major decision as he sees fit. Huawei does say, however, that the union votes every 5 years to elect 51 representatives who then select the board of 17 directors. That's it for today's video. If you like what you saw, hit the like button. If you are interested in exploring the world and different hot topics, subscribe to my channel as well because there's more of where this content came from. See you in the next video.